Welcome to Love from Leisha. For an extra dose of love in your day, click subscribe and the bell to be notified when new videos go live weekly. Today we'll be talking about getting comfortable with feedback. How would you like a nice punch in the gut? Yeah, just right there. Right there, that punch in the gut. No, thank you. I would rather not. Yet, that is how feedback can sometimes feel. It can feel like that, that punch in the gut. It's not fun. It's not comfortable. At times, we can't avoid it. Something like an annual review or feedback from a client or even comments from a spouse about something that we've done or we didn't do, said, didn't say. There's feedback that's unsolicited. So when we're getting all of that, and it can be unpleasant, why on earth would we seek it out proactively? Why would we ask people for feedback? The reason is because there's value in what we learn, even if it's sometimes hard to hear. There are still valuable takeaways, even in things that might seem negative. Sometimes that's the most helpful. If we're just being flattered day in and day out, told how great we are, how amazing everything that we're doing is, well, you know what? We're all human. Chances are that's not accurate. So one, it makes it hard to trust other people. And two, it's not serving us well. It's not showing opportunities for us to improve, to strengthen skills in, for there to be learning, inspiration, growth. All of that comes when there's feedback that's not so positive. An example for me is I was redesigning my website. And I launched it and I was like, oh, this is great. And I decided to get some feedback to see about any additional tweaking. I work with high achieving millennials. So I reached out to people in that audience and some of the feedback was not so easy to receive. My first reaction was like, oh my gosh, this is devastating. I feel like a failure. I thought what I had was really good. How could I have been so off base? It was things like there's too much content. The images don't look natural. They look too posed. It sounds too salesy. Here I was trying to be approachable and it was sounding too salesy. I don't get what it is that you do for your coaching. I don't get what you're providing. I'm like, oh my gosh, my messaging is not clear here. I thought it was clear. Here was the kicker. Seems like you need to be more connected with your audience, with it being millennials, because this really seems like it's meant for people that are born in their 50s and up. Oh, what? Okay, that was a shocker. And I, at first, was like, well, that's just one person who said the 50 and up comment. So who knows what their perspective is, who knows what their experience is, what their perception of women in their 50s is. I'm like, okay, that just seems like a big overreach. I don't know where they're coming from on that. And I was almost about to dismiss it. And then I thought, okay, deep breath. There's something to take away from that. It's all for the sake of being even more successful in my business, of learning and growing. So without that feedback, I would have just kept everything the way that it was, and now I'm changing and evolving as a result. So we need to look at the gift that feedback has in it, not look at it just in and of itself, but look at what is the purpose? What do I want to take from this? What are the gifts and the opportunities from this feedback? And if it's you wanting to be more successful in your personal or professional interactions, feedback matters. And we need to take it with compassion for ourselves and to say, I'm not perfect. It's not reasonable to expect that all feedback would be positive. And you get to choose what you take and what you don't take. You get to say, yes, you know what, I hear that and I'm going to do something about it. Or, yes, I hear that, but not seeing eye to eye on that. Or, let me think that over. We get to choose our response. We don't get to choose what people say to us. We do get to choose how we respond, what we do with that information. And again, at least find the gratitude that someone took that time, they cared enough to share. They expressed themselves rather than just saying, well, I don't really have anything to contribute, and then you're left with nothing. So I encourage you, bring up that courage and say yes to feedback, seek it out, get some practice in responding and receiving it with compassion for yourself, openness and acceptance, curiosity about what's behind certain feedback, what gifts or opportunities you could find in all of those nuggets that are shared. I'd love for you to share with me in the comments about feedback that you've received that has been a little bit tricky or has been really valuable, and what you will do to invite even more feedback from others and why that matters and what you want in life. If you like this video, please click like, share, subscribe, click the bell to be notified of upcoming episodes. And for more about me, my website is CoachLisha.com. Until next time, with more love from Lisha. Bye!